Okay, so I just want to show you what you can do to make a video much smaller so that it works well for students who are online. In this example, we're using TechSmith Camtasia, which costs around $80, I guess, but it's well worth it if you're going to be putting a lot of videos online. I have created a video here. It shows people how to use a snipping tool. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the process of creating the video or sharing it. So I go up to share and I'm going to just make it a local file. I'm just going to save it on the desktop. So I click save and click finish. You'll see that the video renders. It'll take maybe 10 seconds for that to happen. Okay, so that video has been rendered now. Okay, and what we're interested in is the content duration, which is 1:48, and how much space that takes up. We've chosen a really good quality video, and the content size is almost 40 megabytes, as you can see. It also created a whole bunch of other files. Those files allow you to basically play the video without any other software. They're not really needed, and I can just click finish. And now I'm going to go through the same process again. This time I'm going to share it again as a local file, and my custom setting, as you can see, there are a whole bunch more rather than best quality. Okay, so what's all that mean? Well, the 480 is also known as standard definition television. The 720 is what old TVs that were marked HD ready use, and the 1080 is full HD TV. Now, if your students aren't using full HD televisions to do their work, then 480 is probably good enough. The P stands for progressive scan, which has to do with how the pixels get refreshed. But we don't need to really concern ourselves too much with that process. I'm going to just choose MP4 up to 480. So if I choose that one, so just pick that one and I'll choose next. I'm going to save it in the same spot. I'm going to call this one snipping tool smaller and say finish. And there it is, finished. Notice that we still have the same duration of video, but now the content size has reduced from almost 40 megabytes down to about 8. So that's much better when students are trying to download content. Notice also that only one file was created instead of a whole bunch. Finally, I'm going to go through the process one last time. So I share it again, go to local, and while I'm here, just to explain, the MP4 with Smart Player up to 480 and MP4 with Smart Player up to 720. Those are the options that will give you all of those extra files so that you can play the video as a standalone. But we're not going to use them because they do take up more space. I'm going to choose Add or Edit Presets, and I'm going to create a new one. I'll call this smallest. I'm going to choose MP4 because that is fairly generic, and here I can mess around with the size and those sorts of things, the video settings. So I could change the frame rate to less than 30. I wouldn't recommend anything below 15 because it gets very disjointed, but 30 will do. I'm going to change the quality down to about 20. It was at 60. Audio settings, instead of 128-bit, I can change that down to 64 kilobits. Don't think the audio will sound too different because of that. And I'm going to click next. Let's just see what happens this time. So again, finish, close. Now what I want to do is I want to choose this smallest, click next, call it snipping tool 3. If I click finish, it will go through the rendering process a third time. And if we take a look at the size of this video, we can see that it's only 3.2 megabytes, even though the duration is still 1 minute 48. So a great difference between almost 40 megabytes and 3 megabytes, something that you need to consider when the students are downloading a lot from home. And how does the video look? Here, and click on the little search icon. I can, admittedly it's not the best quality, but what we're trying to do is to simply give students instructions. So you might need to find a happy medium between high quality and the size of the videos that you end up producing. This is one way to do it with Camtasia. There's plenty of other ways, so look for the other videos we have that explain how to do it in other systems as well. Thanks for watching.